What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for Chasing Atlanta Season 5, Episode 6. So we start this episode off. We have Dominique having a therapy session. Dominique said, normally I get on therapy via Zoom with my therapist from Birmingham. But baby, I done been going through so much, and I done had so much rage and so many situations going on. I feel like I need a one-on-one session. So he sits down with his therapist, and he's explaining to his therapist about the argument at the spa party, and then the physical altercation he got into with Rico, and he's talking about the issues that with his family and at home, and he's just saying, like, at the end of the day, because we were introduced to Dominique's a little bit of his home situation last year. We found out he got put out the house, and that's how he sort of ended up in Atlanta. He sort of kind of made something out of himself, despite the odds being against him. And at the end of the day, he longs for a relationship with his mother, but he wants acceptance. And the therapist, in a roundabout way, was trying to tell you, listen, you are going to have to define your relationship with your family, and either they're going to be able to give you what you need, or I don't want to go off on no tangent, but we have a really bad what's the word I'm looking for, mindset, where we feel like somebody's family and they have to be family. We have to love them. We have to accept them no matter what they give us. And I'll be honest with you, that's just not the reality. If your family can't accept who you are, and you are a proud gay man and you live out loud in your sexuality, and they are not willing to accept that, no matter how many times you have extended the olive branch, then at some point you're going to have to figure out how to deal with that on your terms. It doesn't sound like your mother is going to give you, is either she can't, she's not willing, she's not trying to meet you where you are. He said, when my brother got engaged, everybody was happy. When I got engaged, there's no congratulations. He said his family members tried to pray the gay out of him. We know his mother put him out the house, and even though they have a better relationship now, she still doesn't accept who he is. And that's just very hurtful for him. He's 30 years old, and he still really wants the acceptance of his family. So honestly, my opinion, Neek, is you're going to have to figure out a way to be okay without that, because I don't think you're going to get it. And I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't think you're going to get it. So then Troy comes in, and why you invited Troy to your therapy session, I don't know, but okay. So Troy is there, and we get a little more background on this whole situation that happened with the fight. Listen, from what Dominique has, it looks like Carl, from the corporate mouth, I believe that's who it is, told Dominique that Rico Cassidy was talking about sleeping with his man. Now, Carl is saying that ain't what he has said. Somehow, Jay Moore is involved too. Listen, last week, Carl said he ain't say that, but then Dominique got a text message that claim is from Carl. I don't know. I'm confused again. Y'all told me in the comments, don't worry about it. Just tell y'all what happened. Don't worry about trying to make it make sense. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna tell y'all about it. So then Troy made a comment about Rico wanting to apologize. Rico Cassidy wanting to apologize, and would Dominique be open to the conversation? And Dominique was like, yeah, I'm open, but he better come correct, because, I done already let him mace me, and I don't even, the police, I ain't never even been maced by the police. Boy, bye. He better come correct or what? What you gonna do? Then we get to Rico in the studio with Ike, aka Ray, and they get to recapping what happened. Ike doing a song with Rico. I believe you can find it on iTunes now, so y'all going out there and get it. But look, the conversation, they're rehashing what it is. Rico Cassidy said he ain't never slept with this boy, man. He don't know nothing about it. He said, listen, don't put it past me. I will sleep with somebody, man. If they come my way, I'm not sending them back. But I did not sleep with his man. I don't know nothing about it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Carl claims he didn't say nothing about it. Now Rico Cassadine is saying that it's Jay Moore with the mess and being messy. Whatever. Anyway, then Rico starts telling Ike that when they were tussling and fussling, that Rico with the K was beating Rico Cassadine in the back of the head, I guess in a way to defend his friend. Now, they showed that footage 2 or 3 times, and I'm just going to be honest with you. I really was too busy laughing at Oliver ass falling again. Yeah. I don't know why that cracks me up. That thing tickles me. I rewound that thing 3 times. I really could not focus that much on Rico with the K because I kept seeing Oliver rolling his ass down on that damn grass, okay? But from what I saw, it really looked like somebody was breaking up a fight. And maybe Rico was trying to get you up off his friend. That is his friend. Listen, I don't feel like they were jumping you. Because I feel like that's the narrative y'all was trying to build. That Rico K was jumping somebody. But I don't think they was jumping. Listen. Sometimes when you breaking up a fight, shit happen. You know, it may feel like he was... But I didn't see that. Now, maybe that's just me, but I didn't see it. Now, Allegedly, Oliver called Rico Cassadine and confirmed that is what happened. So I don't know, child. I don't know. But anyway, so that's that. Now we find out that we're gonna have a performance at the end of this episode. Listen, I keep telling y'all this is Chasing Atlanta the musical, because every episode we get a whole musical scene, which is cool because I enjoy the music and these are some really talented people on the show. But just be clear, this is Chasing Atlanta the musical. It's like a Glee. Chasing Dallas. I'm just saying. I mean, shit, I said Chasing Dallas. Chasing Atlanta. It's like a Glee. So anyway, we see Aaron meeting with, he's, trying to get some representation, trying to jumpstart his career. Now, to hear Aaron tell his story, Aaron done been through some things and he done had a lot going on. Aaron is from Philly. And I knew he was from Philly the minute he said Jean. I said, well, there you go. There go that Philly in him. He said, Jean. I said, I know exactly where you are, sir. Okay, you are from Philadelphia. Okay. His parents threw him away and he was raised by his aunt. He's been in music his whole life. Child, he done been on every damn competition show out there. He done been on The Voice. He done been on Sunday's Best. He done been on American Idol. Now, I don't know how far he went on any of those shows because I ain't watched American Idol. What was the last season I watched? I think the last season I watched of American Idol was the season that Ellen was on it. Now, that was a long ass time ago because that was before Nicki Minaj did the show, wasn't it? Anyway, it's been a long time. I never really watched Sunday's Best or The Voice. I might have watched a few episodes here and there. But Aaron did some great things. He did some independent music where he sold a lot of copies, made a little bit of change. Then he came out as bisexual. And of course, that caused a whole ruckus. And I think I vaguely remember hearing that story about the guy from Sunday's Best coming out bisexual. So of course that caused some rigmarole. And then he did an OnlyFans. Listen, at this point, who the fuck didn't do OnlyFans? Well, I didn't. I shouldn't say it like that. A lot of people did OnlyFans. He said he had to pay the bills, okay? He had to make it do what it do. And I'm not even mad at you. I have a lot. Again, I don't want to use that word a lot. I know some people who did what they had to do, did the OnlyFans, paying the bills during the panorama. It just is what it is, child. So the management told him, listen, I ain't even tripping off of that. I just need to know it's out there. He said, well, I've deleted it now, but I can't control if anybody, downloaded the video or their video's still out there. He was like, cool. He was like, it's no problem. Like, I done dealt with people that got criminal records. I'm not judging you and I ain't mad about it. I just need to know it's out there. So if for whatever reason it come up, we ready for it and we're not blindsided by it. But it sounds like they really putting together a plan for Mr. Aaron. And, they putting together some marketing for him and some stuff like that. So I'm here for it, okay? And Aaron can sing. He's very talented. So, good for you. Kudos. So then Ike came by to talk to Ern, to get Ern brought up to date. See, that's my DC. You got your Jean. We got DC Ern. Okay, Ern. The A is an E. Okay, Ern. Anyway, so Ike is bringing him up to date on the fight and the tussle in the grass and the rustle. And he even brings up the whole Rico Cassadine thing with the Rico with the K thing. Which Ike says, listen, I don't believe it because that's just not who I feel like Rico with the K is. But hell, if Oliver said it happened and they got video footage, it is what it is. I got to do what I got to do. Child, then we get to this therapy session with Oliver and her and Oliver's boyfriend. Is it Chaz? Look, you know, I had a friend in college, and I had a friend in college, and she used to always say, "I don't do reverse." And for a long time, I was like, "Girl, what you talking about? I don't do reverse. What are you talking about?" And what she said was basically, if I break up with you, that's it. It's over. It's a wrap. We're not doing that back and forth. If it didn't work the first time, it ain't gonna work the second time. And for a long time, I didn't understand where she was coming from. I was like, things happen. People make a mistake. People can find. But I understand what she means now, and I feel like this is an example of do-overs. They're trying to figure out what they can do to fix the relationship. They broke up. They got back together. I do believe that there's love there, but sometimes love just ain't enough. Listen, we are all old enough now to not live. I used to tell people all the time, that's that Harlequin romance shit. We cannot live in a Harlequin romance. That is just not the reality of most people's situation. And that doesn't mean that you run at the first sign of strife. But that does mean that at a certain point, you have to remember why we ain't together. Why didn't it work the first time? Why we can't make it work? And they're going through this therapy session and they're angry. Oliver got mad about the man cutting him off, but Oliver, you cut him off first. Because you talked first and you said what you had to say, and the minute that man started talking, you got mad because you didn't like what he was saying. You said that he was revisiting things that y'all had already resolved. You said that he was retelling the story and he wasn't telling it correctly and that he was lying. And the therapist tried to tell you, Oliver, he's telling his truth. See, the thing about therapy is you got to put it all out there first before you can clean it up. Have you ever tried to clean out an attic? Or clean out a garage, or clean out a room. I have a room. My spare bedroom is so full of junk that every time I get ready to go clean it out, I get frustrated after 30, 40 minutes because it is just so much stuff in there that I need to really probably throw a lot of it away, right? That is what y'all are doing in therapy. You are putting it all out. You're pulling all of it out into the middle of the room, and then you got to pick through it. Oliver, you didn't allow y'all to put it out in the middle of the room. And I understand where you're coming from to say, listen, we talked about this, we resolved this, we came to a conclusion. I don't understand why we're having this conversation. I get that. I get it, and I understand that in your mind that makes a lot of sense logically. But the flip side of that is this. There's a reason why he brought it up. So on his end, he has not fully processed, resolved, whatever, because he's bringing it up again. So for him, it ain't over. And that's the problem. So Oliver said something that was very profound. Oliver said, listen, when he left, I was depressed. I didn't want to work. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to do a lot. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do that. And it took a lot for me and a lot out of me to be okay again. And now I'm mad at myself for opening the door back up to this. Unfortunately, listen, I know we only got a snapshot of this. I'm glad y'all are going through therapy because you never know. You never ever know. You might be able to work it out. But honestly, it just looks like a whole lot. But I wish both of y'all the best. I mean, relationships ending are just never a good thing. Oliver had a show that was sold out, and I wanted to go to this show too. I remember this show. I remember the flyer being out there, and it was sold out, and I was happy for him, and everybody performed, okay? Rico with the K performed, Rico Cassinine performed, Lil Kendra, Aaron, Array. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Of course, Oliver performed. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but anyway, that is what happened. So they had a nice little moment, and nobody was fighting. Nobody was arguing because Dominique was there with Troy, and when it was over with, they all went outside and they had a group hug. Listen, I can appreciate when people can be around each other and not be a fight. But on the flip side, like, y'all was straight up tussling a week ago. Now we giving group hugs. That's what we doing. Oh Lord. So then we have Cameron going to talk to Jaya Moore about what had happened down to the spa party and Jaya Moore's response and the fact that he knew that the flowers was coming, so why did he respond the way he responded? And Jaya Moore said that he did know something was going to happen, but he was told that it was going to be directed towards him or Oliver, and when the letter was being read, he realized that the letter wasn't about him or Oliver, that it was about Troy, and he didn't understand why Cameron was shading Troy, and somehow that evolved into Jaya Moore claiming that Cameron was using him for a storyline, and Cameron claiming that Jaya Moore was using him for a storyline. And then we looking at text messages where Cameron was like, "Hey girl, I'm this Cameron, not me. I'm not misgendering nobody, but congratulations on making it on the show. I want my storyline this season to be about you helping me with my clothing line." Now I don't feel like that's fabricating a storyline unless you wasn't really going to make no clothes. We know you did clothes before you made them old sheer shirts. Remember Cameron was making them sheer shirts and he had that fashion show down in season 1. So it's not like you not, doing it. But then Jaya Moore said something about you wanting him to ghost design a dress for you, that you was going to sell it to your client, but he was really going to listen, it was a lot, Cameron. It didn't look good. It looked like there was some evidence there that you was trying to fake the funk up until like you made a dress that you didn't make. Now that ain't looking good. I'm just gonna tell you that ain't looking good. And Cameron talking about something, I don't need nobody for a storyline. Cameron, now I like you. You've been here since season 1. You are OG. Are we being all the way factual, Cameron? We being honest with ourselves, Cameron? Just saying. Anyway, that's where the episode ended. Cameron was walking out the door making these little snide comments to Jaya Moore, and it looked like Jaya Moore was really about to knock the shit out of Cameron. I feel like he was. Cameron talking about something, I'm gonna let you go because you so busy. I'm still waiting on that wine you were supposed to send me, and I look forward to reading your magazine one day. See, you was being real shady on your way out the door. So then Jaya Moore ended up calling Troy and Dominique and Troy happened to be there, basically reiterating the situation. Now, I don't know when Jaya Moore became so cool with Dominique and Troy, but it is what it is, child. You never know who and who cool with who, honey. But anyway, that was the episode. That's where it ended. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.